it's Fresh Start Nail Art, and today we're here with a nail tutorial on how to paint an Instagram app icon on your nails. So the colors we have for today are Essie in the color All Tied Up. We have a Wet n Wild Shine in the color Metallica. We have a New York & Company green in the color Evergreen. We have a Sally Hansen Hard as Nails Extreme Wear, number 420, Pacific Blue. We have a LA Colors Color Craze Mini Black. We have an OPI Over and Over Gwen from the Gwen Stefani collection. We have a LA Colors Color Craze in the color Energy Source. We have Color Mates in the color Golden Sunshine. And finally, we have another New York & Company, and this one is in the color Millionaire. Also, what you'll need for this is a dotting tool, and that's all. So stay tuned for the tutorial. We're back, and we are going to paint a base coat on our nail with this white, because we're not going to be making our entire nail brown. We need a good background. And this white also helps the colors that you put on top of it pop. So I'm going to let this dry and clean up around my nails, and I'll be right back. So we finished up painting our nail white and letting it dry, and I forgot to mention in the beginning that you will also need a nude. So I'm going to take the nude color and I'm going to paint about 3/4 of my nail with it on top of the white. And when you're done with that, just let it dry, and we'll be back. So we finished this and let it dry, and we applied an extra coat, and now we're going to begin the next step. So I'm going to take some gold, and we don't have a brown, so we're just kind of making a brown almost, but not quite. We're going to make it look like a brown, so I'm using a gold and painting a stripe up at the top of my nail.
And if you have a brown already, you don't have to do this.
And then after I finish that, I'm going to take this red-brown color and thinly paint on top of that.
And we're just going to take the brush and kind of mix the two together so it's not quite as harsh of a red.
And now we're going to let this dry, and we'll be right back. So we're back, and now we're going to begin on the lenses. So I'm going to take my black and my dotting tool, and I'm using the bigger end for this. And I'm just going to get some black nail polish on my dotting tool. And I'm going to start on the big main lens. And this goes a bit overlapping on the brown, and then it goes about halfway in on the tan. So that's the basic shape of the lens, and now I'm going to let this dry, and we'll be back with the next step. So now we're back, and we're going to begin the next step. So I'm going to take my silver and the big end of my dotting tool, And I'm just going to do a smaller silver ring inside of the black dot. And now I'm going to take my black again and do another black dot inside of the silver. I want the silver ring to be fairly thin. Like that. And now I'm going to let this dry, and I'll be back in a minute with the next step. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a shine on the lens. I'm going to use my smaller end of the dotting tool, and I'm going to go into my white, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to do this on the inner black dot, and I'm going to put a dot and a line.
And that's just going to show the light reflecting off of the lens.
So now we're going to focus on the smaller square lens in the top corner. This won't take as much time because it's smaller and not as important as the bigger lens. So just up in the corner, I'm going to make a small square. And I'm going to take a bit of my silver and I'm just going to put a little bit in there, and that'll do for the smaller lens. So I'm going to let this step dry, and I'll be back in a moment for the rainbow stripes. So I've let that dry, and I also brought out my really small dotting tool for the rainbow stripes. If you're more of a brush person, you can use your brush, but I prefer to use dotting tools because I'm just that kind of person. So I'm first going to dip into my blue, and on the opposite side of the square lens, I'm just going to come from the top and do a blue stripe. I need a little bit more. Next, I'm going to go to my green, and I'm going to do the same, except with a green stripe.
And you can leave out some of the details that we added to make it more like the actual Instagram logo if you want to keep it simpler, but we find that the little details just help add to it.
And finally, I'm going to go into my red. So now I'm just going to clean up around the nail, and I'll be back. That concludes the Instagram icon nail tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please hit the like button down below, and also comment some requests or questions that we will definitely answer and do in our upcoming videos. And also be sure to check out our Instagram, Fresh Start Nail Art. We will have a link to it in a following slide. Also check out our Twitter, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button to watch our future upcoming videos. Again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye!